Hey there, YouTube. We're coming back to you with this Mazda 5. Yeah, Mazda 5, an '09. Ethan bought this about a year ago. We got started with it a little bit. Knock it off over there. A project for Ethan. He wants to turn it into a daily driver, first of all. And then he also wants to make a little camper out of it. So I'm going to turn it over to Ethan and let him explain where we're at with it.
So as you remember, when I first bought it, the color was like a burgundy red. Yeah, I didn't really love it, so I decided to rhino line the whole car, and now it is bed lined all black. And we've had some issues with the headlights. That's something we got to work on. So I decided it needed brighter headlights. I changed the high beams perfectly fine. It was super easy. But the low beams, or your regular everyday driving headlights, are very hard to get to in this. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to pop off the bumper, and then we're going to have to loosen this and pull it out to be able to put the headlights back in. So that's going to be something we have to do. Other stuff that we're going to have to do is just normal maintenance. For example, brakes, rotors, oil change, stuff like that. And then back here, as you can see, this is the box with all the rotors and brake pads. And then this back here is going to be converted into some sort of like camper, because there's plenty of space. It's got third row seating.
Okay, as we told you before, we had issues changing these headlights. We had removed all of this, even the battery box. And even there, just getting back in that corner, I cannot get my head or hands in there to see what's going on. I can get my hand in, but I can't really see what's going on. There should be a clip in there, but I cannot feel it from that angle. And not only if we do get to that, on that side, the other issue is, there's the light socket where the light's got to go. There's the washer fluid tank. And there's the power steering pump, which we'd have to get around all that just to get in there. And I don't really know if I want to do that. Especially the power steering is not so bad because it's just a tank off of a hose. But the tank for the washer fluid is way down below there. And I don't think we could actually get that out of there very easily. So we're just going to go and take the whole bumper off. I looked at some videos for other Mazdas, but not one of them are exactly like this one. So this is all I could come up with, is we're going to have to take the headlight buckets out to change these bulbs. So that's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. If anybody knows a better way, I would like to know it. But it'll be too late because this video will be done.
Yeah, what we got to do is the brakes front and back. So that's going to be a little bit time consuming. What we're going to do is we'll cut back when we're in the middle of doing it. We'll show you a little updates here and there, and then you'll see the finished product. Just got to do a few things, and then we'll be able to get it inspected, and then we'll start the camper series.
Okay, you have these little retainers here. You take this top off here. Okay, like that. That slips over that little horseshoe shape. Then you want to turn this to where right there. And you got a little groove there. You just pry up underneath that. Pry up underneath that, pull it up. Pulls out, and then you pull this piece out. When you push that into that, through the hole, it locks in place. We have a bunch of screws across the bottom here. We have some plastic retainers up in here for the fender well. And we'll have to split the bumper here. I'm not sure how that's together yet.
Right, so we got an update for you. Front brakes and rotors are changed, so that's done. We did new windshield wipers, easy stuff. But the big thing is we got the bumper off.
It really wasn't that bad. It wasn't near as bad as that Sonic.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It went off pretty easily.
Showing what we had the clips here that I showed them earlier, and the screws. These here clip on once you go up in there. They should do it, just snap it on their own. And there was a bolt up underneath here, and there was a cover here on the panel that you had to take off, and that was it.
This is it with the bumper off, and now let's get these headlights out. So again, bolt here, and then here, here, and then down here it looks like. And then once that's out, we should be able to take out the headlight assembly and get that bulb back in.
Here. Actually, might have two of them here. But these little clips are on your fenders there.
Okay.
So I got to snap back in. Hold on now. All right. In spite of what I would believe that you shouldn't have to take these headlight buckets out, this seems to be the easiest way for this car to do this, is take this off. And I believe somebody else has already done these because there's evidence that somebody was in here working on these lights before. Okay, but I'm gonna let Ethan explain to you what's going on here, what we found. I was right about the clip. There is a clip in there.
But what we found out is that you have to put the bulb in first and then clip the bulb in.
Make sure it lines up with the notch on the top.
So you're gonna put the bulb in, make sure it lines up. And then you're gonna clip it in place. And then that's when you're gonna take this end piece, not really sure what it is.
It's a socket.
So, okay, the socket for the light. And then you're gonna twist it in.
Making sure you line up with the pins.
The high beams are super easy to get in now. Only they made it easy for these too.
And just give it a little turn to lock it in.
And then there, that's it.
And put your
And the high beam's already in. Put the cap back on.
And while we're here, we'll show you the high beam. I mean, it's
Yeah, the high beam.
you can do the high beam from out without taking all this.
Yeah, you don't
apart.
have to take it out.
But
You
just show you how it goes so you can see it.
just literally slide it out.
Pop it in, give it a twist.
Yep, and then make sure the notches are lined up and then twist it. All right, let's put this headlight back in and we'll show you them on.
Okay, we're gonna give them a test to see if they work. You don't really have to start it, but that's fine. Yep, both of them are on. High beams are on. And we're good.
All right, so we are back. It is the next day. We got rained out, but it's time to finish this up. So right now, as a recap, we got the headlights working. So they are back in headlights. So the headlights are done and the high beams are done. And then we did front rotors and brakes. And now we just need to finish it up by doing the rear and then finishing up that oil change.
I wasn't going to film this, but here's the oil filter. You have a little plug in the bottom of it. I already took it out. Has an O-ring. You want to check that O-ring. I think the kit should have an O-ring with it.
Yep.
And a big one?
Yep.
Okay, there's two O-rings that comes with the kit for the filter. You're going to want to change them out so you don't have any leaks. Take the plug out first, and then you take out the filter. I have a 15 flute filter, which is too big, so I'm not sure what, probably maybe like a 12 or a 13 flute. So, but I'm just going to try to get it out with a plier or something like that. Hopefully I don't have to run to the store to get another filter. But there's your oil filter up under this. Just follow it straight back off the bumper. And there it is. All right. Got a 14 flute. I think it's 14 flute. Yeah, I got a 14 flute, 75.6 millimeter oil filter wrench. Okay, your new canister goes, or your new paper filter goes here. That's the old one. It was very ready. And then you got an O-ring that goes around here, a large O-ring. Goes around the base here. It comes with your filter. You want to change that so you don't have any leaks. You put your filter canister back in. And then just tighten it up. I snug it up and then go another quarter turn, and that should be sufficient. Cap's on there. And then you also have a O-ring on the drain plug that came out of this. Okay. Okay, right about there we're snug, so I'm gonna go just tighten it up a little bit. All right. And then you also have an O-ring on your drain plug, which I already changed. So you put that back in here with a 6mm wrench, Allen wrench. And I guess we'll have to look up the capacity of the oil.
I think it's 4.3 liters.
Okay. I bought this little tool to rotate these brakes in for the EcoSport. Okay. It's 2 cars now. It does not fit. Just to let you know. This is a Mazda 509, and the other one was a 2023 EcoSport.
18, I think.
It was a 2018 EcoSport, and this does not fit either one of them, no matter what size I use. But if you want to see how to do this, watch the EcoSport video, the rear brakes on the EcoSport, and you'll see the same thing.
All right, we just got done. As you saw, we replaced the headlights. You see, we replaced the high beams. We did all the brakes all the way around. We put in new brakes and new rotors all the way around, front and rear. Bled them. That's everything we did. Now it's time to just get it inspected. It needs all new tires all around, but that's the last thing it needs. Get it inspected, and then look forward to our camper build with it. Like, share, and subscribe.